Hello and welcome back to another on the Wrestling and to Saturday night main event out of 10 with a late addition to the card on Friday SmackDown. Snme ends up with a total of 5 matches including John Cena v R-Truth, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso v Logan Paul, and we started things off with Sami Zayn and CM Punk taking on Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, and after a few minutes of filler and an introduction by Testator, Rollins and Breaker made their way out for the ring for this tag match. Zayn had a special quality only a few people have. It's hard to describe, but guys like Eddie Kingston, Kevin Owens, Adam Page have it too. Something about them makes them loved by the crowd. As soon as Punk hit the ring, all 4 men started to brawl. The Visionary and the Underdog from the Underground ended up starting as legal men, but Breaker tagged in quickly and hit his flying clothesline from the apron on the outside. We returned from a break to see Zayn being double teamed in the opposing corner. Punk then got a big pop when he tagged in and took it to Rollins. They battled for a break, which came quickly after the first one. Paul Heyman got involved by grabbing Zayn's foot. The ref was too distracted to see Reed showing up and put Punk through the barricade. Breaker then hit a spear on Zayn to get the pin and the win for his team, but the biggest development was seeing Reed join a new alliance. These are 4 guys who each have their own unique style, but with 3 veterans and a young hungry team like them, it would have been shocking if they put anything less on a good show. Adding Reed was an icing on the cake, and I think really adds more to that Heyman stable, and yeah, also great to see Bronson Reed back. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. The women's US title is on the line as Chelsea Green challenged Lena Vega in an attempt to regain the title. As always, Fire and Niven were at ringside for Green. They started with a quick sequence of takedowns and counters, and Vega had the upper hand until Green powerbombed her on the floor for a near fall. Green eventually made a miscalculation and allowed Vega to begin mounting some offense. Unfortunately, a failed 619 from Vega completely stalled her momentum and got some jeers from the crowd. A few minutes later, Vega hit a Cody Red from the top to gain the win and retain her title. This was short or expensive and had one big mistake, but other than that was decent. Green was busted open and bleeding in the ring as she complained about losing. A surprising result as well, but I thought the ending added a bit of effect to it. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Intrigued where we go next with her, but yeah, I'm pleased with Selena too. But R-Truth then came out to Cena's music wearing his own version of Cena's gear for the match against the 17-time champ. Cena hit clothesline before the ref could call for the bell, so the match started with Truth on his back. He looked disgusted as he listened to the crowd chant. Truth escaped the AA and began using Cena's own move against him, including an AA for a 2. Cena eventually recovered and hit the AA for the win. It was short, but exactly what I expected it to be. Cena decisively beat him, and yeah, acts as a heel. Short but sweet. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's not going to be memorable, was it? I'll give it 5 out of 10. The penultimate match on the card saw McIntyre and Priest step inside a steel cage in the hope of finding ending their feud. The Archer of Infamy got first hit and tried to build some momentum, but McIntyre fired back with chops to the chest that echoed in the arena. They began using the cage to inflict damage almost immediately, with Priest being flung into the wall as we went to a break. We returned to see them fighting as both men climbed the wall, but made their way back down. The Archer of Infamy survived the Claymore and began to strike back with a flurry of strikes. McIntyre hit Priest's own South of Heaven chokeslam, but still couldn't get the pin. A chair was brought to the ring and both men used their advantage. Priest used a steel chair to hit Concerto before he casually shouldered out the cage to get the win. This feud has been had a handful of great matches. This might not have been the best in this series, but it's definitely a worthy entry. Both superstars came away from this looking like tough competitors, despite one having to lose. And I think with McIntyre potentially going away for a while, this is definitely the right decision. That's a lot for Priest. So yeah, 7 out of 10 from me. We then got the main event, Saturday night's main event, and saw Russo defend the world title against Paul, with Cena, who wanted to see win the title to continue his quest to ruin wrestling for everyone. Jey applied a headlock to start and a head to shoulder tackle before a few uppercuts. Paul hit a blockbuster from the middle rope to take control. The match started with a little less than 15 minutes in the show, so you know it wouldn't be a battle of attrition. It would be a relatively standard bout with a few doubt spots. As Jey prepared to win with a splash, Cena showed up, pulled the ref from the ring. He attacked Uso as Paul looked on confused, and Cody's music had running Cena off. Paul missed throws with the brass knucks and ate a spear from Russo before he had another splash to get the win. It looked like we'll get a tag match between these 4 men at Money in the Bank. Yeah, random ending, didn't see it coming, but I thought in the end it was really fun as well. Good win for Russo, and yeah, I'm intrigued by that match, I'm not going to lie. 6 out of 10. And overall, Saturday night main event gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, on the whole, a really fun show. Obviously, great to see Cody back, several big moments on the show, lots of really fun matches on throughout the card. So yeah, on the whole, I thought this was a pretty decent show, and I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.